was an 18-year-old, I would get a little bit more complex and I would say, dude, you have a cervical rotation issue, because to me right here, the way that his head is, so it's basically his neck's ability to rotate. So since he can't like fully rotate, and I see this a lot with younger kids, he can't fully rotate his neck, then what's his body going to do? It's going to fight that compensation to rotate earlier, right? So again, I don't want to sit here and complicate it with like cervical rotation progressions, but a common thing I see with young kids is they sit on their phone all day, right? And their neck gets all jacked up. But it could be that is the main staple of the cervical rotation. So then the body says, well, we need to get our sights set on the target. So in order to do that, we have to early premature rotate to get those sights. But I'm gonna deem it as a direction progression. So we just need to get him to figure out like, okay, what is linear and what is driving to the target? Because we'll see here that his lead foot's going to take him open, which is then going to initiate a couple different things. Early trunk rotation. So that lead foot's going to come down. You see the straight line, right? Obviously it's open. So now, since his lead leg took him open, everything else is going to follow, right? And we just want to progress him accordingly just to get him taking his energy as much towards the target as possible. Because the tough part for him right now is this feels like he's doing that, but he's not, right? So we need to kind of get him in progression settings in which we force that linear direction. So front leg opens up early. Now you can see by the time he gets to full front foot strike, his trunk is fully rotating with his hips. So now this is where you see that pushing arm action, right? Because the trunk went early. So now the arm is just kind of there to then generate its power on its own. And the way that 12U is, there's not a whole lot of power behind the arm. So then he just finishes the rotation and pushes the arm through, right? Under the baseball, gets into this pushy motion, okay? So the side view is going to give us a better indication of that. So he's going to lift, right? Now he's going to drop. Okay, now this is where we'll see that same mechanism. All right, so the lead foot opens up. That causes then the trunk to go with the hips. So in that move right there, that's when his trunk is already rotating with hips. So now as he fully anchors down into the ground, this is where the arm just completes its throw, or the trunk just completes its rotation and the arm just kind of gets pushed through. And this is where you see that leading with the elbow. Very, very minimal energy behind that baseball because he's not able to pull the arm through with full trunk rotation. I know that can get a little bit complex,